We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave, platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave, platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yehoshai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We said I'm going to support and others agree most on the rule, but our teachers our apostles should. And we see all the teachers so the Akim, so they push you truth and sincerity, day in and day out, in the concert, day in season and season, we say Shalom. Once again, going into a video here, and this basically touching upon, just as I play the video at the beginning, where, as you see from the headline, it says breaking Hillary Clinton went to CNN to announce that they are losing control and that social media companies should increase their censorship on conservative misinformation, right? And I just played the video which she went to this section of the laws that gave immunity to the social media, but that are becoming a problem, right? And with these things that they're talking about, they have many other laws that they have passed. There are one, it's Canada, I believe it's Canada that said that for the last 15 years, according to what it is they post on social media, it can be used against you in the court of law or something along those lines. Then you see the situation happen in America where they're talking about you can't mention certain scriptures, that speaks out against these small hats, right? And so forth and so on. Now, before I continue, right, let me bring the scripture here. Let me go to Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. It said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right? So you say, and the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against, right? And you see, that is what the prophets would do. They will speak out against these things, right? They will prophesy against these things. It says, against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And, just to see, like she was talking about the losing control, like if it was in news, right? Like some of the situations that happened recently, like the assassination of Trump, and some other stuff that took place, like some of the school shootings and so forth. One of the things that the so-called the FBI track was the social media information. Like they went on the Discord, the TikTok, the Telegram, the Facebook, and they saw that they were speaking, saying certain things months before or years before about what it is they was going to do, how they going to do it, and all this sort of stuff, right? And she talk about let's say here, the censorship on conservative misinformation. So with that, they would use these things like they posting it on social media, the act that they're going to commit, and we need to have more control over that. And then they say misinformation, and you already saw plenty brothers could say how much of the videos have been taken down or pages have been removed for so-called misinformation, when literally like for example, right, I had a page, right? I had a page. Sorry, not a page. Sorry, I had a video, and it was literally reading off an article from a news site, right? One of their legit news sites, right? I believe it was the Washington Post. I believe I was reading it from, right? And And when I uploaded the video, about some few hours after, it was flagged for being misinformation, right? But that is just me reading something from their news their news source, right? All I did was read it and went into the scriptures, going into it. I believe it was Who It Is Control the World. I believe that was the video that I did at that point in time, and it was literally an article speaking about the what it was, the Illuminati and so or who controls and so forth. And I went into that, and they deemed that to be misinformation. So just to show you that what it is that they lose control. What it is they really want to stop is the word, the truth, right? That is the main thing they want to do these things for. But all this will bring in what? The prophecy of what? The famine, right? Of the famine. And as stated in the headline, saying that social media companies should increase their censorship. So you see what they would do. They already have certain censorship online with, like, some of the videos we can't mention certain things. Like, like we might say we might say the jab, or we might say C19 or something along those lines, because if you go to see the whole word, your video will be flagged. It'll be the misinformation about what it is saying. Like we might see the small hats, right? We'll see the small hats for who it is we be speaking about. If you go to mention the name, your video will be taken down, your page will be flagged, your page might be removed. And all these things is that all these things will show you that the famine of the word is coming, right? Because with her speaking about this thing, and obviously you've been hearing it, you've been seeing other states, other countries talking about this misinformation are being posted online, and having control about the things being posted, right? So let's go to the book of Amos chapter 8 verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." And that is the famine is speaking about here, hearing the words of the Lord. And it's a very, very important thing to hear the words of the Lord. You understand? That's why your faith come, by hearing these words. So imagine all these people are going to be if they can't hear these words. But I go into the verse 12, but it's a very important thing that hearing, how important it is to hear this word, right? They say wisdom and knowledge shall be our stability at all times, and that is going into the word, right? Such an important thing. So they know what it's doing, and some people might say, well, they can't do this. Yes, they can. All that so-called stuff that you all continue to speak about, like, these governments say, can't do this against human rights. They had all the lockdown for 2 years. 2.5 years, or however long it may be. They did certain restrictions that all they could not deny. Right? What do you mean they can't? They have the power to do these things. That written in the scriptures, they have the power to do, say the earth is given in the hands of the wicked. Right? They have the power to do these things. Like she's talking about, we have lost total control. That is why, that's why you see the trickery of Esau, because when you watch some of the things that they have been posting, like with the school shooters, like with the assassination attempt, they always go to the social media of this person. So you can literally see what it is they want to do. You understand? You can see what it is they want to do, but all these things, again, the prophecy of the famine of the word have to happen. You feel when they pass these censorship laws, you feel what happen with YouTube? You feel YouTube, for example, no. YouTube every single time, like your page might get an update, like, hey, we do not update with the censorship or with certain things, like, and you might have to accept that. You have to accept terms and services and so forth. And the things we speak about, we speak out against these people, against the things they do, right? We're not in alliance with them. I say against these Christians and them. They in alliance with them, So their pages might stay because whatever the government say they do. They don't speak out against, and that is why I bring in Jeremiah. They say against, not with, against. So it say, behold, the days come to the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Now when you look up the meaning, let me see if I get it here quick. Let's get here. Not a farming, right? Right. So it's a farm and hunger. It's a more or less extensive. It's a dirt. It's a farm and famish hunger, right? So even like when you look at the word famine, it means the scarcity of something, right? So this particular famine is speaking about here, and Amos is talking about the famine of the word, the scarcity of the word. Right now, it would have the other famines of the food and other stuff, but this one here is talking about the famine of the word. You see, but if hearing the words of the Lord, and again, this is scripture mentioned how man shall not live by bread alone, right? Let me see something. Hold on. This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. You see, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. So you see how and that is, as I say, but man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. By every word, so you see how important this word is, right? So imagine when a famine come, how it going to be, right? So going back to the Amos chapter 8, Amos chapter 8 verse 12, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So they'll be looking for the word. You know, there are movies that show you that, right? These people, they want to answer. They want to answer what's coming next, what's going to happen. You know, what's going to take place. They go want, in that time, they go want to know, you know, how we going to get saved from this. You know, they go be looking for the men, you know, they scoffing, you know, they scorn against us on the streets, right? The pastor call us madmen, and in that time when the family would hit, you know, when things get bad, they go want to find an answer. You know, these men are telling us about this, and they were telling us about the chip. No, let me find them. Let me go and look to see what they have to say about it. They're going to be looking, I say, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And they shall not find it. They shall not find it. That shit going to be sealed. Right? You know, they say they're going to and fro. They could be like a chicken is running all about. We need to find this word. We need to find this word. You know, they're thirsty for that water, right? They're hungry for that bread, right? This is talking about the word, you know. They're hungry for that word. They need to eat. They need to eat. We need this word. See, like when a man dehydrated, how he just going for water. He'll be looking for that water no matter where it is. Sometimes he start to activate, he get mad, you know, he end up like a madman. Need this. Because dehydration is killing the body, you know. That's how they could be for this word. Or when grave hunger hit people, how did this be? No matter where it is, they need to find this food, they will walk distances, they will go distances for that. That is how these people could be for this word. That is why they say, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. Right? They say they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And they're still not going and find it. Right? And day by day we are seeing what it is they want to do with this. Talking about censorship. They talk about misinformation. Right? They talk about hate speech. You know, all these things that they would call the things we speak. They would deem it to be that. Right? They would deem it to be misinformation, right? They would deem it to be hate speech, because why? We speak out against them, right? It's the censorship, because the things you speak and so many things you speak in, it not soothing and not nice, right? You know, they say it's hate, they say thing, but that is where it's written. All the things you speak, it's written, it's written in the Bible. But again, and this is something too people fail to realize, is that right now they're passing certain laws that they can't say things from the Bible. Certain places have already banned the Bible, right? And this is the times that we're heading into. But it's a very important thing to hear the words of the Lord. Because watch how they go be in that day. They go be running to and fro to see if they hear the word, and they shall not find it. So keep thinking everything is a game. Keep thinking you could score and continue to score. And them same scoffers and scorners, they go want the answer in that day. And then the only answer they're going to get is death. Right? So with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yehoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say that when it's apostles and elders agreements and the rule of the teachers of apostles and truth, and we see salutations so they are coming to the pushing on truth and sincerity, day in and day out in the council, in season, we say, Shalom.